of stainless steel has grown substantially in the last 20 years. And a good part of that is the increased interest in sustainability and wanting to select longer life materials. But it's also a recognition that our environment has become more corrosive, and the practical nature of stainless steel as a material. It's able to withstand the demands of public transit, whether it's a subway station or an airport. It's durable enough to last and still look beautiful over time. Molybdenum substantially increases the corrosion resistance of stainless steels. It specifically helps with the exposure to salts, whether coastal or de-icing, which are an important part of our environment, with 60% of the world's population living in coastal areas, and an increasingly higher percentage living in areas where there's de-icing salt exposure. Additionally, stainless steel is quite good in fire and provides, for example, strength retention that's better than carbon steel. Molybdenum specifically is very helpful in that fire performance. One of the things I'm asked most often is about cleaning stainless steel. Sometimes people will see a building that's gotten dirty over time or even has a little bit of staining on it and be concerned that it has to be replaced, not understanding that it can typically be cleaned without using materials that are at all a concern for our environment and restored to its original appearance. Molybdenum-containing stainless steels, including Type 316, have been used for some of the world's largest and most visible buildings. It's an important trend. Many of the largest and most important architecture firms are solely using Type 316 or higher alloys in some cases for building exteriors. Whether it's the new One World Trade Center in New York or One Canada Square in London, which has performed exceptionally well over time, or Jinmao in China. Type 316 has become the stainless steel of choice to provide long-lasting exteriors around the world. Stainless steel has become the material of choice for sculptures and memorials around the world because of its longevity and durability. For example, the Sibelius sculpture in Helsinki, which is an important tourist attraction, is a quite old sculpture and made of Type 316, a molybdenum-containing stainless steel. It's right by the harbor and has performed beautifully over time. Another example in terms of restoration of sculptures is the Atomium in Brussels. Originally, the cladding was polished aluminum, but it simply wasn't corrosion resistant enough for the environment, so it was reclad with Type 316 molybdenum-containing stainless steel. There's sometimes a perception on the part of building owners or companies doing cost engineering that stainless steel is too expensive, or that molybdenum-containing stainless steels, which might have a higher initial added cost, are too expensive for an application. But if you're really looking at a building that's intended to last 50 years, 75, or 100, you have to consider either replacement because you might not have used the right material and it started to corrode or deteriorate. I mean, for example, paint systems simply aren't going to last that long. Or if you've used the wrong stainless steel, one that really isn't corrosion resistant enough for the environment, you might have to do a lot of added cleaning. And that's a very high cost too, and you really need to consider that as you're selecting stainless steel. So using a more corrosion-resistant stainless steel, type 316 versus 304, perhaps a coastal environment, can save money because you might have perhaps occasional cleaning to clean off dirt deposits once in a while, as opposed to the possibility of even annual cleaning, which is very expensive.